She's muted.
Show us how you twist it.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is the greatest vaginal dispenser ever in the history of man. I can't do this.
Stop fingering the cactus.
When you wipe your ass
When
with
you
a
need to clean your
cactus,
garden, you can count on this vagina washer.
To help moisten that dry cactus underbrush.
Lawn auditor, I'd rather be master squirter if given all the freaking choices.
So it's multitaskable or whatever.
Look, we've already sold one to Rose.
For her fresh flowers. Ladies, when you'd have it not quite so fresh for me.
how do you adjust that thing again, Cynthia?
Have you ever awakened in the morning and felt not quite so fresh? Act now, and you too could have a
Y'all
very
horrible. Y'all are so horrible.
If I remember correctly, the way that she adjusted it was like this.
It's one of my. It's on my YouTube page. It's a video on my page.
I'm pretty sure it's on the wrong platform.
If your lot lizard is not moist,
Oh wow!
Not made for kids.
Oh my god. You guys.
crazy.
Oh, fucking A.
Now my back hurts from laughing so hard. She definitely did squirt a while ago.
Did you guys hear? Oh, that's what I was looking for. The video I uploaded this was a while ago. Probably none of you have seen it because people who watch live streams don't always watch videos. But it's in this same vein. Let me find it. Speaking of douching.
That's gonna be hard to beat though, Flo.
Thank you, Andrew. I had a heart succulent. Do y'all know how hard those are to grow?
You suck what?
I've had that heart plant for over a year. I'm impressed that I helped that plant grew. It was just a half heart, and now it's a full heart.
What do you call the donations on Rumble?
Oh, do I have a new? Oh shit, I do have a new one.
I've already fixed it. I am the master squirter.
Okay.
Anyways, I need to go walk my security team. I'll be back.
Sure. You got to get work on that squirter, don't you?
Yep.
She already squirted all over herself.
She's got
all over
the
plants. It's not even normal. I don't know anybody who squirts on plants.
She should have seen that
freshen
coming.
the valley.
No pun intended. All right, it's this here. Check this out. This is what you get when you're demoing old ass houses.
It's December too. Hey,
Noxa injection, the great gonorrhea remedy.
look, hey, I was just talking about wearing my rubber. Good thing is what. Medicine right there.
Will not cause.
Oh, I'm serious.
Cause stricture.
Serious.
What's stricture?
Oh, take a picture of that. That's got to be worth money too. All this shit in here has got to be worth money that we fucking find. That's the treasure. We found the treasure.
Put the
Might not want to touch it barehanded.
Bottle and fill with water. Inject morning and evening with vaginal syringe.
Hey, Taylor, you want to join the Citizens Task Force?
Huh?
You want to join the Citizens Task Force?
I want to see it. Don't throw it away yet. Where to go? Inject carefully, yet with sufficient force to reach the part disease.
Oh my
Morning,
God.
noon, and night after urinating. If Noxa is used directly after connection, it will prevent disease.
Oh my God.
It's all gone though. I wonder if there's a date on it.
That's hooker squirter.
Somebody, I bet I'm gonna get gonorrhea from touching this bottle.
Yep. Which explains everything, and that's what you told your wife when you got home.
And I did, and it's in my brain.
Yep, we knew this. I think I should eat and then start drinking. How long are you going to be streaming?
I don't know. I'm 2 hours in. There's a good chance I'll be here when you're done eating. I mean, unless you're going down to the Waffle House to be perusing for chicks and whatever you do at the Waffle House.
No, it's not Saturday night. I'm
Um,
actually testing my faith in God every time I go to the Waffle House on a Saturday night, because that place gets inundated by drunken people who are very hungry, very angry, and very armed. Welcome to Georgia.
if I told
got
you
that
that
right.
Denny's was just a Waffle House for people who can't fight, would you disagree with me?
I would agree mostly, except it's also a Waffle House for people who can't clean. All of Denny's is sticky.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Probably
true.
the worst Waffle House I went to was, where was that at? Right on the Tennessee-Georgia border between Chattanooga and whatever the name of that town is. It was hideous.
Sasquatch, I condone you drinking heavily so that when you come back, you can do a new vagina washer commercial.
Dude, food.
Yep, you do
I
do
think
food.
Fruit, alcohol.
I think Scott was getting excited by that.
No, I just think that he'll be better if he's nice and tanked. I like drunk Sasquatch.
He's halfway there
Wait.
now, in case you didn't know.
Sasquatch still score. He said change either Scott's or Chuck's name to Master Squirter.
Cynthia's the
Chuck.
master squirter. Whichever you decide, Flo, it's your show.
Chuck, you know that you're getting it.
Ooh, give it to me, big boy. All 3 inches.
Let's go back to that pool party by the fucking nude. Oh my god, girl!
Are we
on
going
that-
back to your? Are we picking back up where your story left off 2 months ago?
Oh no, please no.
That pussy better stank, otherwise I don't want it.
There's too many
You like
stories.
listening to Michael Jackson?
Jesus Christ! Someday we should get on the horn and I'll tell you some stuff. I don't want to say on stream, but if we made a plan to have like a real discussion, maybe 1, 2, or 3 people on a panel. Oh my God, the stories I have to tell. I'll tell you right now, and I'm not going to tell you right now, but if we talk outside of this, if you want to know what my grift is, you're thinking it's going to storage units, figure this out. Where does a lot of stuff that goes to storage units come from?
Nursing home.
No.
Foreclosures.
All
the stuff that's in there.
Are you cleaning out?
What?
You're cleaning out foreclosures or evictions, probably.
Have done a bunch of that, but no, that's not it.
They just come from people storing it in there and leaving it there, right? Just like
There's
I have too much
a
stuff
lot
in
of
my house.
that, but I'll give you. I don't
Say
want.
the
I'm not
question
gonna.
again. Say it again. Say the question.
I'm not going to sell this grift online in this form. I'll share it with you, Flow State, because you can do it where you are. You can start, and it's a mental game. If you learn this, you can do well.
Lindsay's a sharpshooter. Yeah, Sarah, I'm streaming from Rumble. I'm in YouTube jail for 5 more days. But I assume you're joining through Cynthia. Oh, Scott's free streaming too.
For the hell of it.
Hey, get those hours up. Get that shit up. But yeah, the link is pinned. It's StreamYard like usual if anybody wants to join.
The link's right there. It's literally right there. 1 click away.
Andrew,
That's
you can
gotta be
join.
That's got to be a
I-
creator's favorite thing right there. I mean, I've had so many of them try to do this, Harmon, do this. You guys must love that little clip flow.
The click of the link.
Yeah, click. Oh, it's just right there. Just right there. But it is right there, but
Oh, yeah.
you can't see it.
It is funny. He is funny there. That's kind of funny.
It's because it's true. That's what I look at it.
I just don't
Yeah,
wish
it was-
get you mad like you always do.
Like you always do. Don't make me hit you, Andrew. No, and I haven't emailed you yet, but that ball's in my court at this point, I feel like. So yeah, you're fine. But Andrew, you play games.
No, I try not to.
I don't know if I believe that. But either I can't prove that you do or not either way. So I'm not really trying to have this argument with you. I'm just saying, yeah, you're fine. You're fine right now. Glad you're here. Welcome to the stream, Andrew. Welcome to my second ever Rumble stream.
Congratulations, that's starting on Rumble.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been in jail. I've been in YouTube jail for 2 days, and the first day, Sasquatch held my hand through setting up the Rumble stream, which has been on something I've been wanting to do for a minute, but it doesn't interface with StreamYard as easily. And
I'm back. What?
And then,
What is this? Who is this above?
Channel. I'll get off the channel if you don't want me on, Cynthia.
No, Andrew, no. Well, hi, I'm glad you're here. Wizard, what have you got going on?
Sarah, I got put in jail for violation of the firearms policy. One of the panelists decided to hold up his he said it's a paint marker or something. It's basically just an AR-15 that apparently shot something else. But, this is a visual medium. So when somebody holds up an AR and it looks like an AR, ain't nobody coming to your house to inspect the bolt.
Oh, yeah.
Modified paintball gun.
No, it wasn't Tommy. It was.
Here, I'll drop the link to that thing, guys.
The guy felt so bad. He's still not probably wasting around. He really felt terrible.
And ladies,
He did, and I was mean to him, and I feel bad for that. But then I feel bad for it, and then when I start to talk about it again, I'm like, I feel bad for him. He didn't know, and I was mean to him, but he should have known. And then I start doing that thing where I reverse on myself.
And ladies, the picture is just to remind you that no matter how nice it's getting out, make sure you keep the nipples warm.
Oh my God. What are you doing?
He's trying to get struck.
Why are you doing that?
Why are you going after him? We just did a full segment on your fucking douche dildo.
We make an attachment for a nipple washer.
He said that he was trying to strike us. Why are you trying to get us struck?
Who?
And a nipple warmer.
Wizard's not doing that.
Oh, okay.
A warm water setting.
Guys, this is on sale right now for $25. I mean, $24.
Rose said in the chat she wants one.
Oh yeah.
She did.
Birthday gift for your girlfriend.
You sold Rose on it instantly.
Just praise God, man. Fucking praise God. God is so amazing. The sun, the nature, the earth, water, the way words work, the way knowledge works, the way love feels. God. Praise God, man.
There went my mood.
The light turns on with a little switch.
Wizard's face. Have you not seen that clip before?
I think I may have.
Last that one, Sasquatch goes, God damn, you could check him with a dipstick.
All right. I'm gonna drop.
Hey, it's my brother.
Holy shit. Wizard has come in. What's happening with Wizard? Where were you earlier, bro?
Yeah, where you been, Wiz?
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
Not money.
Oh, come on.
Certainly not with my head up somebody's ass.
Wizard, what are you into, man? Like, you just be on some weird stuff, Wizard. Like, no, for real,
And you-
man.
And you wonder how you got pregnant, Cynthia.
It was me.
Hey, don't talk about my baby mama like that.
That's right. Larry, Moe, and Paul. Don't you talk about them.
What's that one, Flo? 4 baby, 5 baby mama,
Oh.
or whatever the hell it was.
Arpol, here's the thing about me. I don't hold grudges. And last time I said that around Cynthia, she goes, for shit show.
For shit show.
Yeah, I don't hold grudges. Like, I don't know. Wizard's here because Wizard's a lot more tolerant since he quit hanging out with that fat bastard.
Oh, Wizard. Did y'all break up for real? Or is this just a time apart until we miss each other again?
Oh, no.
He turned on Wizard. Like, he turns on everybody, but you know what?
Hard,
For some reason,
hard.
I had not ever seen and I'd noticed before that like Wizard never got turned on, but that changed, and Wizard stood his ground and said fuck off. So
He cranked on him hard. I couldn't believe it.
He went on to say that he was going to excommunicate me from the community. So, first question is, what community? Second, you better learn what that excommunicate originates from. You're speaking the tongue of the spirit. That's ecclesiastical terms.
Unpack that for us smooth brains.
So if you're going to define the community that you're going to excommunicate somebody from, you're speaking in an ecclesiastical term. In other words, the spirits or the merits of what one speaks. So you would have to first be able to define the community. When you define that community, is that ecclesiastical, or is that on some metaverse where somebody's being called a cult leader despite his views? Granted, he has a lot of good views, but it seems to be a little far-reaching in his interpretation of I am you and you are me, except when this happens. I know you better than you. That's a big issue for many of us. That's why I say I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back. My only duty is to love you enough to be honest enough with you. If you don't like it, that's on you. If you can find me wrong, please point it out. I am a man. I will stand up. I have repented many times in my life. I know we are all fallible. That is the glory of us, being able to stand back up. How many times are you going to let somebody else put you down because of some fucking word? Now, when somebody comes at you with the shovel and you're able to take that shovel from them and knock their ass out, that is a righteous action. So I don't care what you think about me and the shovel story. It comes
I love
in
the
its own
shovel
time.
story. I love the shovel story. I'm all about the shovel story. But see, this is why Wizard's here. This answers the question exactly. His response to that incident, like, I can fuck with somebody, even if I think his stamp shit is still off the wall kooky, like, at least he's got like integrity and like there's something about the way right. There's something about the way OTW in particular, like, I actually don't dislike OTW, but I just cannot fuck with somebody who will betray themselves that fast and that easily. And,
Spineless.
Right. And Wizard ain't like that.
Well, the foundation, again, it all comes down to that fucking ad hominem. You want to call somebody a name, use something peaceful instead of attacking them. Anytime you have an issue with somebody and you go at them at a greater perspective, what are they going to do? Try to rise above you? Or try to drag you down to their level?
You loser, failure, chimpanzee.
What were some of the names that they were calling you negative? I'm new here, so I just wonder what was the name was so bad that they called you negative?
I just said it. I just said exactly what he would say.
Chimpanzee,
You're a loser, a failure, a chimpanzee. Nobody wants to be with you. You don't have a girlfriend. Why? Because they'd rather be with me than you. Because you're not a man. You're a piece of fucking shit that's not worthy of anything.
Yeah,
You'd
his
have
whole
to
thing-
visit it.
See, my whole thing, guys, is you can come at me and call me an asshole, and I'm the one that's going to stand there, like I've said many times. It's my repertoire to look you dead in the eyes and tell you, let's get this shit straight. I am not an asshole. I am the whole ass. You ain't
So what
never met
happens if they-
anybody like me. You
What
ain't
happens if they
never
call you
met any.
Sweet Pea?
You.
And
It
you
doesn't
said
matter.
call them nice. Well, so if they call you, all right, Sweet Pea, what happens then?
Well, I know the contacts that they're talking to me, and just
Never
by
been
their communication with me prior or current, the extension thereof.
Okay, yeah, just it depends on how they're talking to you. I
Right.
understand. Okay, I just
Exactly.
wondered because you said words. I was trying to figure it. It's not just the word; it's how they say it.
It's
Right?
the intentions behind it. This
I
is the
think
biggest
it-
thong, Carmen. Is when people say stuff, they say that they have good intentions on why they're saying it. People receiving the criticism oftentimes think it's not good intentions, and this is where a big debate comes in for a lot of these.
It's a real simple debate to have because there is no debate. If you're going to have a discussion with somebody, but then mute them and put them backstage and not let them say a motherfucking thing, then what you're doing is disingenuous. It's bad faith, and it's not even worthy of discussion. If you're going to talk about him and say he's a good person, that's not good behavior.
Well, I wasn't talking about anybody in specific. I was talking more so in general. A lot of times our group doesn't like that group, and a lot of it boils down to someone will say something to another person. The person saying it will say, this is coming from a good place. The person receiving it will say, no, it's not. And then that's where the big debate starts.
Okay, so what you're saying? This is one of the best advices I ever gave my children when they were adults. I said,
White front to back.
Pardon me?
White front to back.
Yeah, there you go. This is what I told him. I said, look, anybody else you can joke with, make fun, do like that. But whoever you're with, whoever your spouse is, I said, do not make fun of them and then turn around and say it's a joke. I said, it's only a joke if both people laugh. Never, ever do your spouse that way by putting them down and say, oh, I'm just making a joke. No, you're not. Cynthia, is that kind of what you're saying with just normal people? Don't, if it's not a good comment, no?
Yeah, it's like that, but they will say it jokingly, but they swear, I'm only doing this because I care about you and I want better for you. I'm only doing this because I don't want you to keep making horrible decisions in your life. You know, like the guy who got up there yesterday and told me he's so mad at me for defiling my body, but only honed in on one action. He didn't talk about how many Cokes have I drank, how many tattoos do I have. He's never talked about, like, they hone in on something and try to say it's one thing, right? In reality, you're only exactly see. But how this?
I love my Coke.
Yeah,
I do. It triggers all the.
If you talked with me for a bit, you'd realize more. If you talked with me longer, you might tell your woman to fuck me because you're going to pity me for the fact that I didn't get laid till I was 26. Because I've had that experience where a man was mad at me till he talked to me. Then he goes, you know what? Maybe you should fuck my wife. Because it's kind of sad.
Give me a break.
I don't pity him. I just think he's pathetic.
That is awesome. Who is that guy? Do you guys know?
That's Paul. That's the guy we're talking about. That's the one who's a douche to everybody.
That's Paul? He's funny as hell.
I'm from New York. This is how we talk all day, every day. This is how we fuck too and make love. This energy and this talking.
that's not how I do it. But
I saw clips.
Hi, Daddy. Hey, can I just make a real quick clip for Daddy? Hi, Daddy.
I like the one with the little boy laying in the hammock.
I just told you I want a deep experience, co-creation community with authentic and real exciting conversation before, during, and after. I don't stop talking during sex either. I know a lot of you half-dead white people out there. You go to have sex and you just don't talk. Just lay there. Right? I don't move like that.
So that's the guy that has 20,000 subs or something?
Yeah. So When I was on the panel today, I'm sorry, Harmon. When I was on the panel today, that guy was up on the panel. It was Paul, that guy, and me. Let me tell you guys, Chuck, do you know how hard it was not to just go in on him and be like, you fruit boy? But I was only there for one thing, but he was up there today again listening to advice from
You were on Paul's today? Why? What?
I went up there to try to make peace so we wouldn't have issues on Jack's because I feel like Jack.
Oh, I didn't know you went on Paul's.
Yeah, she went to make peace like this.
Why do you have a gun? You're acting so negative. One less negative person on this earth.
Basically, that's how I did it. Yeah.
Did he let you up?
Yeah, he didn't backstage me. Like we had a good conversation, but it went down to you. This is you. I'm doing this for you. The thing that I just said, and it's like, okay, bro, but we have to reach a resolution where we're not going to try to change each other, and we're going to have peace. I have two. We're going to have peace or no conflict on other people's panels. I think.
Do you guys recognize the similarity between him and Jack both? They both have so much to offer everybody, but aren't willing to take something in exchange.
That's it.
You got it.
Yeah.
I talk to Jack from time to time, and I keep telling him that. And I told him today, I said the two of them, if they could get together and work each other out, get the other one to do each other what they're saying to do, they might be able to win.
We've got to come to the point where you can just let people be who they are. And
Some frat boy douche with an earring who wants all the time, energy, attention, and resources. He's the hit. He's got an earring, and he's got that frat boy douchey college vibe that you all love so much at the sports bars. He wears his hat backwards and makes little quips, so he's cool to hang out with.
Why do you think I changed myself? I think I do very good at changing. Why do you think I've got 32 fucking channels now? You gonna excommunicate me? YouTube can't excommunicate me, motherfuckers.
Hey, did all 32 of those sock accounts hit my like button? Just out of curiosity.
Yes,
exactly. They can.
Thank you. I would appreciate
how about
it.
Go to like in my.
See, now y'all like that, don't you? See, I can come in with
sir.
all of my profiles and give you a like. This is called networking and fucking the algorithms, drawing attention. You think I'm psychotic? I'm very well thought out, folks. I've been in business since I was 10 years old, marketing myself as a newspaper boy.
I was mowing the neighbors' yards at 9 and 10 years old. Fucking for a $10 bill and had to sweep that shit up.
They didn't pay me. I just had to work.
It's good though. Hard times bring more hard times, but they make better men. So, Wizard, what are you studying now? What are you on lately?
I've always been eclectic, whatever catches my attention.
What's this word eclectic you use?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none.
Didn't you say ecclesiastic or something earlier?
Yeah,
Correct.
but it's not.
Eclectic is different.
Yeah.
Eclectic is not ecclesiastical.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm really asking you, what is ecclesiastic? I mean, eclectic.
Eclectic is a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's a somebody who is an artist, a musician, a pot. It just does a lot of different things. Maybe a mechanic too.
I just heard what you said. Jack of all trades. You said. It just not hit me. I'm slow.
Right,
Okay,
and obviously as well, if you have a taste in music, you might have a singular type of music you prefer, or you may be eclectic and like all of them.
Very much true.
What's the opposite of that? That's what I am.
Specific.
Zero.
That's more what I call a routine, where you get used to something and you do the same thing day in and day out.
There's a crusty bastard. Yes, I've been looking for you, dude.
I'm gonna add. I'm gonna ask Google what the opposite is.
I had to give Katie some money and tell her to
Harmon,
go to
it's just
school.
boring.
Right. You had to pay your pimp. I got you. So listen.
Basically.
Simple-minded,
I got
singular.
a toast. Hold on, Scott. I'll shut up. I swear to God. Just let me do the toast.
Please go on. Go on.
I will. Certainly.
The opposite. The opposite. Real quick for Harmon. The opposite would be dogmatic. Dogmatic.
Did you just take a drink in a
All right,
chaser?
thank you.
No. I never consider that. I'm just a journeyman squirter. We have the master squirter over there.
This is good. Hold on, real quick.
That's how she
While
makes
there's
up with her
There's a
puppies.
gap in Scott talking. If you're still watching, Rabinus, Kato, and JM312, thank you for following on Rumble. If you're watching on Rumble, if you're one of the 20 glorious motherfuckers watching on Rumble right now, subscribe.
I had a really weird experience with Rumble and X tonight.
Yeah.
I had 30 people on X and like 25 on Rumble and 9 on YouTube.
Say that again.
I had 39 people on X, about 25 on Rumble, and 9 on YouTube.
That was one of those.
That's seems upside down
That's
from what I
funny.
would expect.
You just can't trust nothing that these things do anymore with the numbers. You have no clue what's going on with those numbers. In my opinion, from listening
No,
to you guys.
if anybody does have like this man probably understands the numbers better than anyone on this panel, I would guess.
As far as like back end analytics, I've seen a lot. Now they've changed a lot in the past few years, and so not all of it just crosses over oranges to oranges, but we can kind of get pickles to bananas, you know.
So no, what I'm
Yeah,
asking is, for news still the real time, like okay, before you could go look up nudity on Twitter and you could find it on X, you can't do it anymore. So there were changes. I'm wondering, are they using that same? Are they cutting down on what the real news and censoring? Can the real news still be posted? Like
You're
it was
saying they
on
took nudity off of Twitter?
X. When it came over to X, you could look up stuff. You could look up like little.
So you're
clips.
saying Elon Musk took this over, the great savior, the richest man
Right.
on earth, who somehow is for the common man at the same
Right.
time. He
Right.
took over this platform to bring in
Right.
free speech. He left these motherfuckers banned who were banned, and he got rid of titties.
Yeah.
He is.
Bro,
He
it
is
was
the one
so
that said "fuck
cool.
advertisers." He is the one that said "fuck advertisers."
Yeah. So what I'm
I don't
asking,
trust him.
So what I'm asking is, like, before I could just hit Twitter and be like, what's up? The current events. And I could even type in that hashtag and it would give me everything.
You'd be like,
What?
"Where's my titties?
No,
Show me the
no,
titties."
no, ma'am. You are
It's no
incorrect.
longer like that with X.
It would give you everything from the left side of center.
Okay.
Like
You
lost
wouldn't
me.
get anything from anything further right than Fox News.
Okay.
You know,
That
when
is
you were
true.
saying
That
about
was that.
when you were talking about the titties, remind me when I was in Europe. I grew up basically my adult life in Europe. So what you call it is no over there.
Is that where you get your titties?
No, I'm just saying
wait to get my dick wet.
it was on commercials. It was everywhere. They were breasts everywhere, but in the United States, if you that didn't your channels canceled, everything. I'm talking about this the 80s. I mean, it was terrible. And they would make so much fun of us over there in Europe because they're afraid of breasts and they're just dog out Americans. And then right after that, when you're in, let me get my thoughts again. When you're in England and CSI would come on or some kind of famous cop show, they would show a woman had been burnt and raped and everything like that. They'll show that right on TV. But over there in England, they won't show anything like that until after 8 o'clock at night. And so they say, you guys will show that, but you won't show a boob. You know, they don't get us over there on like that, which I don't either.
She the type of chick that had 4 kids and 5 different baby dads. How does that happen? She don't even know.
It might not think it's important, but it did change the culture of what we do here.
Well, I had heard in England they have media tax. So here where shows are slaves to the advertisers and the commercials, like Coca-Cola. If you have that scene in there, I'll pull my commercials. Versus over in England, I heard it's part of the taxes, so they don't have the same type of censorship as we do here.
I don't want to have to use the B word with you, but bitch, are you fucking kidding? You think that people here are slaves to the corporate to the powers that be, but over there they have to pay a BBC tax? And
no, but what I'm saying with the BBC, no. If you're paying a tax, the creator of the show has more input over it, so they can add the nudity.
No, the fuck they don't. They just have a different boss.
Yeah, they still have to do what they're told.
They are locking people up for accidentally misgendering folks over there. They are locking people up for accidentally dead naming people you've known for 20 years. They're locking people up for selling bumper stickers that they don't agree with. This is not free speech.
100%.
So anytime I've watched a documentary in America and the same type of in England, there's way different. And you're saying even though it may be pushed further, they're still under control to some extent, but they're definitely not as tight as America.
No, the opposite. It's more control.
More control. Yes.
You know what's so nice about Cynthia? She looks outside and sees she's cotton candy clouds.
Money shot.
I know in England you got to pay a bedroom tax. If you have an empty bedroom, you got to pay a bedroom tax.
It's called a closet tax over there. That's why they have no closets.
That's how it is here because I mean your property valuation. It's just not as direct as that. But
they all have those bourgeois or whatever they call them, where they put clothes in them, and because if you have any room, even a closet's considered a room. So you won't have any closets usually over there. And water spigots, how many water spigots you have? But in 1978, when I was in Michigan, they had a doghouse tax. If you had a doghouse in your backyard, it was taxed. That was in 78.
That's still that way here. Yeah, if you look at property valuation, look at your property valuation. I guarantee it will say if you have a shed or not.
Where I lived in Illinois, it only went by if it had a concrete foundation.
Really? They went that? That's crazy. If the point is, why are you fucking taxing the doghouse? I mean, how do they get away with that?
Why are you mandating that every person pay a BBC tax? And then how the fuck are you convincing smooth brains like Cynthia that that's freedom?
That's insane. That is Coca-Cola. No, what about Coca-Cola? What? No,
so
hold on.
Let's say I have a show. Let's say I have a show, and I have I just watched a British show about a girl who met another girl on YouTube, and the second girl ended up pimping out the first girl, and the whole show was
the first girl Pakistani and the second girl English?
No, Sash. So let's say I want to bring that show to America.
It's a relevant question.
Right. No, it was England people, okay? It was a white girl and
Pakistani.
And so one of them, let's say I bring that show to America, okay? And I want to have the exact same scenes. There was a couple of nasty scenes in the show. And Coca-Cola saw it and said, no, we don't want it to be a woman pimping out another woman. It has to be a man. And if you don't change that, we're not going to run our commercials anymore on this show.
I understand how advertiser leverage works. Sasquatch takes it.
All right. So when you're dealing with the BBC, you are literally dealing with directly state-run media. There's no middle ground. We're not talking NPR levels of state-run media. We're talking direct marching orders from Windsor Estate or wherever the frick they're from. What is it?
10 Downing Street. 10 Downing Street.
Thank you, Chuck. You're useful once in your life. I appreciate it. So
thank you. I earned my keep.
I'm sorry, Chuck. You didn't deserve that at all. I was just being.
Yes, he
I'm
did.
good.
Yes,
I'm good.
But I was a well at 10 Downing Street. I'll tell you what. Okay, so let's take HTV show, just like you did. We're going to take something no one's ever heard of. Let's say Doctor Who. And we want to use this DEI money in order to film Doctor Who because, you know, the BBC requires for diversity and inclusion to be included in every diverse thing they do. Therefore, if you're going to have a Doctor Who, you're going to have to make that Doctor Who more gay and more woman than you do Doctor. Or you don't get any advertisements. You get no airtime.
It really is the same everywhere, right?
No, it's not
Taxes,
the same everywhere.
taxes are theft. All they do is stealing from you. You know, what is taxes?
Harmon,
it's theft.
You're
Hold on,
having a
Cynthia
different
has a question.
conversation than the rest of us.
No, what
Cynthia,
I'm saying is, you're saying you get if the media, or there'll be no media. But what I'm saying is, they don't count on the commercials to produce their shows. The taxes.
No, they
Now
don't.
they'll have to.
The government to fund the footage, to fund every single
Right.
show on the BBC, which is financed through an enforced tax on every man, woman, and child in, well, not children, supposedly,
Right.
but every man and woman in Britain, except for the immigrants, because they get an alleviation for the
If
first
you
few
don't have a
years.
television, you don't pay.
That's not necessarily true.
They put it. Okay, I was over there 5 years, and they sat there when I was there. It's called a television tax, and they also have a law that you have to have a television due to the emergency broadcasting thing. Well, you have to do
That's
that.
fucking nuts. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
That's
Don't
wild.
rush by that, Harmon. Let's recognize how fucking dystopian that shit is.
Well, Sasquatch knows I'm saying the truth, right?
Shut up, nerd!
All negative emotions will be relinquished. All feeling will neutralize. You will be able to live a fully functional, satisfactory experience in a completely safe utopia.
Okay, so when I was there, it was a law that you had to have it. Also, a lot of the British colonies they used to call British colonies. India, you have to have it. I bet you Australia's a law too. I don't know how they enforce it, but I'm just saying. I think what Sasquatch was saying, that's how they can tax you no matter what, if you got TV in your house or not, even though you're supposed to, right? Is that what you're thinking?
The point I was getting at is the fact that it doesn't have to go through advertisers. Coke is not going to show up and say, we're not going to advertise on your show, because if you are financed by the BBC, you are already on point and in line with the entire process.
Right.
Yeah, so you won't get there without you've already crossed those
already
T's and
in the
dotted the I's.
backfield.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, I agree. And I'm saying their standard and our standards are way, like, they're pushed out further when it comes to what they will show and talk about. And
Not
the story
true.
they will.
We do rape and murder and stuff they don't do there. They don't like the rape and murder and violence like we do. Look what they do on CSI. Look what they do on these things.
No, but they tell different parts of stories. Who was the guy, the astronaut, and the wife killed all the kids? Because the preacher with the cassette tapes told her to in Houston. Chuck, what case am I talking about? Anybody?
I have no idea.
He was an
It was just a few
astronaut.
years ago. Yeah, just a few.
Oh,
She
yeah,
wasn't.
she drowned
She was
all
a
the
training
kids.
astronaut.
No, she drowned all their kids, like 5 or 6 of them. She drowned them all.
Right.
So
It's just a few
they
years ago,
told
right?
this story. They told this story, and they made it all about her and her psychiatric and everything. When I watched the BB version of the story, it went into the preacher and everything else. They tell different sides of the story than America does. Is what
Okay,
I'm
I agree
trying
with
to
you.
tell you. That
Yeah,
it's,
I agree.
it's different. They paint a different narrative that doesn't, for whatever reason, America doesn't always tell the exact same story. I'm not talking in violence and all of that, the stories they
Cynthia,
tell.
why would you assume that our side is censored by a corporation, but their side is not censored by the government? That's what was confusing me.
Right. Say it again.
Authoritarians do it that way.
Why would you assume that our side is being censored by corporations, but their side is not being censored by the government?
It is being censored by the government. Is it better to be censored by the government or the advertisement agencies?
The advertisement,
No.
1000%, the advertisement agencies would be better to be
No.
censored by.
The-
Let me tell you
The
why.
government
Hold on, Chuck.
censors stuff
Hold on,
here.
Chuck.
The reason why is because the government, fuck, I just glitched out. Wow. Because when you have advertising agencies and corporations, there's lots of different inputs on one topic. And also, a corporation has to exchange something to you of value. They have to convince you to buy their product. You have to do that voluntarily. With the government, they put a fucking gun to your head and then tell you what you'll get in exchange.
I would argue that some commercial businesses do the same thing. They just do it with more finesse. They do it without you realizing it.
That narrative's being put.
They convince you, right? They finesse you. They seduce you. They sell to you. But
They use
ultimately, they
witchcraft
rely
on
on
you.
you making the decision.
They take away your free will. They use witchcraft on you.
Okay, I still find that much preferable to actually a gun.
Yeah, I mean, the tax arm, the IRS is essentially the force arm of the federal government's goon squad. They are literally here to harass you into giving them money. They remind me of, like, I used to know this guy who was a loan shark, and he would let you run up about 3 weeks of debt before he actually came around looking for you, right? The people he sent were like the IRS. Only the IRS will send you a letter first. This guy would just send somebody who'd show up in your bedroom at 2 a.m. having a very soft conversation with you while your wife's asleep next to you.
Yeah, that letter from the IRS is going to be about 3 or 4 years late anyways before they get to something that you've done. So you've got a little...
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I recently ran into an issue where the IRS decided to apply taxes paid for this year to next year and told me I was late on taxes. They were going to take my house, take my properties, and take my assets.
Are you
And
sure
then
that was a real IRS letter and not a scam?
Yes, I called him up and we
Really
sat
far
there for like,
behind on their notices.
you didn't hear the words coming out of my mouth, did you?
I heard you say that it
Too
was
busy
for
talking
this
there
year
to
and
figure it out.
next year, and you got this letter, and I'm saying there's
They
a lot of
applied it
letters
to
that
next
come out. They what?
They applied. See, no one realized what had happened. When I called them up and we're sitting there talking and discussing everything, all the details and whatnot.
You
I
actually
looked at
got a hold of an IRS agent? I haven't been able, for 3 years now, I have a direct line to the IRS for the professionals. I haven't been able to speak to a single agent.
You should
I
be more.
have.
To the IRS?
You
I've
should
talked
meet
to the
more
IRS.
or get better accountants.
I'm a CPA.
more money
I have a direct line to their professional line to speak from CPA to IRS.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me try to break it down for you this way. If they want your money, they will contact you. You will get a person on the line in order to get their money from you.
Exactly.
You also realize that 99% of those letters is generated by a computer, and it takes a long time until a person actually contacts it. But yes, if they want your fucking money, they're gonna come get it. Yes.
Are they just tired of listening to you?
This is my job. I literally deal with this shit every fucking day. The letter you got is probably a scam, and you probably not talking to the fucking IRS. Did you go to the office and talk to a human being?
Honey, are very small, narrow-minded. You have made assumptions based on things you have no evidence over. I have dealt with
just
this.
dealing with experience.
All right,
Yes,
never mind.
there are other people
Go ahead.
that will
You're
do
good.
this. Okay. Did you
No,
talk
it's
to the
not
person
okay. I
in,
mean,
like,
you can sit there and be silly if you wish. I'm not going to stop you. I tried to give you the information I was trying to give you. You won't let me finish this sentence. Go ahead. Be important. You're the one. Go for it. Flow State said I had to piss somebody off on panel. Thank you.
Good job. Okay.
What
Now
I
continue
thought-
your thoughts. Tell me about this thing.
You told me that I needed to be more what was it you called it?
Oh yeah, you need to get in fights with people so that you bring in some revenue for me.
More there you go. That
I want to hear what you're saying, Sasquatch. Can you finish for me, please?
basically what it came down to is in the process of filling out the paperwork, someone had transposed a 4 where the 3 was supposed to be, and everything extended from that simple typo. And it was a matter of going, hey, what year is it that is actually on the debt? And they were like 223. And I was like, okay, well, what year are we paying for? And they were like 20. Oh, I see what's wrong. And they fixed everything and everything's fine now. And we're no longer owe taxes. Nobody's pissed at us. Everything's fine.
The only thing you should have got is like a big refund. I would have said, I want $5,000 for just because. I'm just
Dude, I was
teasing on
just
that.
happy that I was able to pay the fuckers off and didn't have somebody showing up at my house kicking my door in.
What undue stress that is. What freaking undue, unrighteous. I go out. I just, never mind. I'm so anti that. Oh, it's just bad.
The IRS makes mistakes all the time. In fact,
Okay, I'm just Sarah, what's going on with all these agents that we got told that we're supposed to be getting weapons? Are you going to get a weapon? Or is that way above you?
Or the IRS.
I would like to see you with a weapon.
We know you would,
I
Harmon.
am a
Stop
weapon.
hurting.
That's not flirting. You imagine her coming to your house with a weapon telling you owe taxes?
Harmon,
She's already in
I'm
cuffs,
literally
taking
trying
the
to make
ball.
it so people don't pay taxes.
I'm just teasing you. It's a joke.
I'm
Okay?
sorry. I was in
It-
a fine mood. I wasn't going to do this today, and I probably should just leave.
no, stay. It's just a joke. Be lighthearted. Sasquatch isn't
I'm
mean.
not in a great mood right now, so maybe you should
Really?
tell me a better joke, and I'll laugh.
Do you need a group hug?
I got a
Tax
joke.
season,
Maybe
I have a
tax
joke.
season makes everybody grumpy.
She asked for a
Go
joke.
ahead.
What do
We
you
gotta
get
have
when you
Cynthia.
call?
Cynthia, you here?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
please.
here.
Do you think Sarah needs a group hug?
We need a vaginal pump.
Well, I know it came in hot at Sarah. Like Sarah caught a lot of heat, and I know that she was having a good time. Are you eating third dinner?
What
You saw
Yeah,
that-
boy.
Let me show you.
What is this?
Cereal.
What is
No,
it?
it just kind of scared me a little bit when she belittles me by saying you're basically going after a scam. And I'm like, right, because I haven't been audited before, because I don't have a personal accountant, because I don't have a lawyer, and I don't deal with these people every year. That's not a thing that I've ever done. So obviously it's a scam. It's kind of fucked up.
I've always gotten a person
the
at the
accent.
IRS, and I've always gotten a person
that's
at the
not what I
Social
said.
Security.
Sasquatch, it's just because your accent sounds poor.
It's the accent. I sound dumb. I can understand it. It makes sense. I mean, a lot of
Well,
people
you are-
address right out the box.
You are from Georgia.
That
That is
sounded
true.
passive aggressive.
Me?
No, saying, "Oh,
He
I
is
sound
passive aggressive.
stupid." Oh my god. Yeah, this turned weird. This turned
Everybody, can we
wild.
take a breath from our fussiness?
Like, can we get a
Fuck you, you punk ass bitch. You ain't nothing but a no good dick sucking, taking ass punk bitch ass slave. Still doing paperwork. You're fucked.
Bitch ass slave.
Is that someone we know?
I was thinking
That-
more
that's
tranquility.
that's him.
That'd be me.
That's the wizard
Oh,
guy.
that's you?
Yeah, and then I wanted to know, hey, wizard,
Okay.
when wizards fight, because you and Paul, I consider both of y'all to be word wizards. Do y'all use wizardry to attack each other, or how do y'all when y'all fight each other? How do y'all? I've always wondered, do wizards.
It's like
Yeah,
me
do
and
wizards
Asia.
like cast spells on each other and be like, "Oh, I got that spell. I'm throwing it back," or how does it?
It's like in
Well,
Fantasia.
first-
They're both like Mickey Mouse. And
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
that's what I envisioned.
Why
First-
didn't you give
first
me
of
that
all-
word today, Cynthia, when I was talking to Z? When he was asking me what I thought about all those androgynous creatures he likes. I said that guy was preaching word wizardry. That's what he was. I said, I caught 50 times in there. He's trying to make you feel lower than him, and you had to be worthy to join their cult and their whatever it's called. And so I wish I could have used that word wizardry.
That's word was like I call wizards like Paul calls it neuro programming something.
Neuro-linguistic
That's-
programming.
That's literally one of my profile names, Word Wizard.
So when wizards fight, do y'all throw curses on each other? Like what
No,
happens?
Again, I don't consider it an attack. Again, like I said, I don't care what you guys say about me. Sure, I might get passionate, and you guys might think I'm an angry old man and stuff. That's all right. That's fine.
Well, we do think that.
So when it comes down to it, like I said, he's the one that said he was going to excommunicate me from the community. So it's very simple. The language is what we look at. He said the community. What community? First question off my mind. So now he's got to define that community which he's talking about. And in so doing, he's got to show that there's a different community other than that extra community, that ecclesiastical community, wherein we are all children of God. So which community are you talking about when you say excommunicate, which is an ecclesiastical term, a spiritual term?
You should have just said, I'm going to ban you from this channel. Is otherwise, right?
Just say, boy, it's
Well, he can try all he wants, but like I said, you can't.
No, I know I'm saying, but
If you-
that would be a better word. You're the ones talking words. So to not mince words, instead of saying excommunicate you, which runs usually to religious side. So he should have said, we're going to ban you from this channel or banish you or something. Would that
So
have been
he-
better?
Well, it could have been maybe, but it still has the same effect. How are you going to ban somebody that knows that all he's got to do is just create another profile?
And you don't even have to do that. You can still watch the show even though you're not allowed to chat.
Have you guys, Wizard or Sarah, studied NLP?
Studied? No. Briefly learned about it? Yeah.
What is that? Sarah, what is
Neuro-linguistic programming.
word wizardry. See, they call it that word.
I like
They
yours,
use it a lot
Cynthia.
in sales and marketing. It people do it all the time, honestly.
Do you catch it pretty
a lot of-
easy?
That's what Jack
Do you catch it pretty easy? Do you see it pretty easily since you know about it? Is it like sometimes I don't know what I'm watching, but then you can watch the same thing and you could see the wizardry in it or the neuro programming thing? Can you see it?
You're motivational speakers.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
they
So,
use.
so if I can have the floor real quick, because I want to make a very important point when it comes to this word wizardry.
You want full screen or just the floor?
And- no, this is just the floor. This
Can she answer
so-
first? I asked her a question directly before you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I wanted to see what she said. I wanted to see how she recognizes it.
Well, oftentimes they evoke emotions or wanting you to be part of a group. They'll say, "Oh, everyone loves it. Everyone's doing it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna make you feel like this. You're gonna have the best day. It'll be the best day of your life because you want this bullshit thing that you should have that you don't really need nor even actually want."
Like
They-
puppy chow.
Yeah, they don't actually tell you what they're selling you. They're selling you an idea about what you're going to experience from the bullshit thing that you're going to buy.
And it
That's
works?
not a program. Everyone does it.
Oh, okay.
When you actually do like something, okay, and you try and convince somebody that they should go do it, do you usually actually describe the practical use, or do you describe how it makes you feel when you use it?
Feel?
Yeah, that's neuro-linguistic programming.
Oh, okay. All right, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so when it comes to this neuro-linguistic programming, it's the same thing as subliminal messaging,
Yes.
which you can use in your language itself. And what I want to refer to, if you want to think about that and try to call me a word wizard, while they're the ones that put out definitions of literally in their code, spell of illness. When we talk about wizardry and spells, they literally have a definition in their code, spell of illness, at 42 U.S. code. That's Social Security. 42 U.S. code 1395X.
Oh no.
And it literally says the first day of inpatient hospital treatment. That's the day you're born. You're literally, according to the medical definition there, you are born in a spell of illness. What is that kind of subliminal message? What is that kind of word wizardry?
Well, we're talking about the written. Right now, we're just worried about the
Right.
spoken. I understand they do that and all that stuff, and I know you're born into that and your birth and all the on the law of the sea and land. I know that. I've gone through that 1,000 times. I was liking what she was saying. I want to know what they're telling you, just talking. No, I don't care about the words on paper.
Cynthia, Real quick, can you just read what type of pop I'm drinking?
Squirt.
Yeah, and I was just merely using that as an example to show you what it looks like on paper. Despite what you say, you can do it in both forms. Yes, and I agree. That oral thing, that goes to the oral histories. That's what they're
Right.
trying to destroy and convert everything to that written word.
Right.
So other forms would be like double speak or euphemisms. Those are other ways where it kind of disconnects you from it. So like,
Or when you talk to women. Is that what you're saying?
well, I was going to say military when they say things like we eliminated the target rather than saying we just murdered an entire city. Or we've been laid off rather than saying you just got fired. You know.
Oh, okay. Same thing. One's more dramatic.
It's like the Cat Williams skit. You had never met no insurgents.
Oh, what is it? Tell me. What is
Oh, I
this
mean,
skit?
that's the he does a little stand up bit where he talks about how our government is pimps and they just murder motherfuckers, but they call them insurgents. And have you ever met an insurgent? I don't have any insurgent friends. Not one, I don't know, not one motherfucking insurgent.
Right. So that eliminates insurgents.
Right. So when you talk about eliminating insurgents, your subconscious goes, it doesn't identify with it.
Hold
right?
on.
Like,
weren't you a Proud Boy?
yes.
Big X to doubt on that one.
What's that mean? I didn't get it. Smooth brain.
Not knowing any insurgents.
Okay, right. So I know some insurgents.
I don't even know what insurgents are. I just know I heard the word. I really don't.
A plant. A plant.
A spy or yeah, okay. And your thing,
anything along those lines.
An insurgent is somebody who rebels, right? Basically, isn't it a rebel? We gotta
Or to disrupt something. They're there to disrupt something.
Tell me a movie that has a insurgent in it. Is it like Mission Impossible?
Insurgent, rising in revolt against a government or other established authority.
Why does everybody always go to movies?
Because they tell you the stories in movies. Because they tell you the stories in movies, and sometimes you can just see them better. That's why.
You remember that conversation they were having about word wizardry?
Yes.
That's why.
Everybody tries to use the movie for their reference point, and it's like, oh my god!
Everybody.
Some people are visual learners, so it's easy for them to visually learn something.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Andrew,
Yeah,
hold on. But that's the problem, Cynthia. That's what Chuck's saying is that people should be learning from other places. Andrew, what's up?
But it's a different mind type. Like
Andrew, what's up?
One instance, what reminds me of, I don't know if any of you heard of the show with Rami Malek and Christian Slater.
Yes, that's
one
awesome.
Insurgents that reminds me is Mr. Robot.
Oh, okay.
Any of you ever watched that show before?
Oh yeah,
I love
it's
that
awesome.
show, Andrew. We can talk about it anytime you want.
Mr. Robot was really a mind game. It was.
That was one of the best shows I've ever watched.
Oh, I was
It
thinking
was.
iRobot. I don't know. I don't watch TV. I don't watch things. Me and Chuck learn our shit from raccoon poo and possum butts.
In 2016, I quit watching TV. I quit it till about 2 years ago. Then I said, you know what? Let me look into it, and you can look at it with different eyes. And so I really like it again. I mean, there's a lot I won't watch.
Look,
I hate it to death.
Everybody hold it up so that they can clip it later.
Oh, there you go.
Cynthia, what were you trying to?
That's awesome.
I don't remember now.
The raccoon butts and the possum poop.
She was talking about
No,
visual
word
learning.
wizardry. Word wizardry. So Harmon, they've given you examples of word wizardry used in media. The word wizardry I'm speaking of is when they nefariously use it to confuse you in your speech and to get you twisted up in your speech and what you're saying and what you're answering.
That's word salad. That's word salad.
like in the Bible.
Right, and then they also, but they do like they'll do it like they'll say phrases to provoke one emotion, and then they'll swing back around immediately and hit you with something else. That's what I consider word wizardry. Like they're just doing it for their own personal pleasure.
Like a life coach.
Chuck, we're not doing this.
Who
Okay?
lives with those people?
No, I'm using that as an
I
example.
consider. I mean, I'm just gonna be transparent.
Tony
I've
Robbins.
considered Wizard one. Oh,
He's an
okay.
evil man.
Yeah, I agree. He is.
He's an evil
He's
man.
what?
Robbins is?
Tony
What is he?
Robbins. He's
What
a
is he?
giant fucking false light. He's an evil man.
I thought
know
so
anything
too.
about him, really.
He's an evil
I
man.
do know a little bit about him.
Who
What has
does?
he done that is evil?
Say what?
What has Tommy Robinson done that is evil?
Things that you won't see in the 3D world. Not unless you're behind closed
It's
doors. or in
because
the-
it's imaginary. He says words. He goes to places and says
I'm not
things.
talking about his words. I'm talking about actual shit he does.
Like
Action.
physical, put his hands on things and put them
Spiritual
together and made them.
Spiritual warfare shit.
I went
Spiritual
to a 3-day
warfare.
seminar.
Would you like him brought up on spiritual warfare charges?
No, this is not something you can take up on 3D normal human shit. He's an evil
Right.
man.
So why are we? I don't understand. I'm so clueless.
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
go
I'm out.
beyond anything besides that.
You said that
You
he was
can't do
evil,
like an
not that he's a
exorcism or
criminal.
something.
No.
Well, we say spiritual world. If you're not a spiritual person, you're not going to understand what we're saying. It's a different realm. Like
That is merely belittling another person for not believing your way.
it's not
Right.
about
Who said
regardless
that?
of what you believe. Sash.
That was awesome. That's because I get
Right.
accused of that all the time now.
But if
I
how
get
can
accused
we
of that all the
explain?
time.
How can I? How can we explain to you what we're talking about when we say a spiritual world?
I already,
Well-
I've been where you've been. That's why. It sounds like Squash has been like I've been there, and to me, the truth set me free from it. Just playing your words. I've been where you are. I understand I really do. I understand your spiritual world. I understand all that stuff. So
Yeah,
so
and
that's
I know
not
that
big.
you do, but people when they don't, how can we explain to you, hey, it's spiritual, and then they're saying, well, show me something he's done, and we're trying to say, but because people aren't in
you
touch with the same
your
spiritual world,
spiritual
because people aren't
spirit.
in touch with the same spiritual world, we're not gonna
But
be
where do
able
you
to
get the
connect that.
spiritual information of spiritual crimes? I don't understand how you come to the conclusion that someone is spiritually evil with no physical evidence, no reality evidence, nothing but what, your feelings? I don't understand. I'm
No,
not trying to be an
there is
asshole.
reality beyond
I'm
what
confused.
your 3D eyes can see.
It says your imaginary mind. All I'm asking
How's it
for is some
imaginary
starting
and not
point.
spiritual?
This conversation is not going to go anywhere. 'cause
No,
you
Sarah,
think-
no, it is because I'm gonna ask you a good question, Sarah. So this is what I'm gonna say about Tony Robbins. On his outside, he's doing this, but in his off-screen life, he in what you're believing that you've seen, that he has some kind of control, bad demon spirits with him, that he talks with the other world or manipulates stuff. Is that right?
He is a very high level evil being.
You can feel that or see that. I mean, that's your. I'm not picking on it. I believe you. I'm just saying that's how you get it, is because you can just sense it.
I cannot tell you who he is. Okay.
Uh-huh.
It is for
So
your
you
own.
admit you don't know his person. You simply know what you believe in him.
No, she says she does. She says she
said
knows
she
who he
doesn't
is.
know him.
So
I
like she
cannot
said,
tell you.
we're not we're not gonna. No one's
cannot
gonna
tell you.
agree.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
no one's gonna agree.
I cannot
It's
tell
either-
you. Not
No, I was interested in your story though.
complicated.
Okay.
You're telling me it's so complicated that you, in your infinite
I'm
wisdom,
telling you for your own fucking
can't
safety.
explain.
I cannot tell you who he is. I can only tell you he is an evil fucker, and you should stay the fuck away from him.
And I think
That's
you've been
all I can
completely taken over by the very demons you're trying to fight.
And
That's
I,
okay.
and I learned
That's
that
all
you're making it a joke out of something she's serious
She's
about.
being
And this is
serious
one of-
about. She's
yeah,
very
and
serious.
this is what
She's
I
just
mean. When
warning you.
how can yeah, you're taking it like a joke, and she's serious, and you're not even seeing it in her speech.
Why
in
am I
her
supposed to
language.
take her emotions at point?
Demonic because I'm
It's
being excited over it.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to take her point, but you have to understand her sincerity, that she's been sincere, that she is warning you.
I too am being sincere in not understanding how a person can
You're
believe
also-
something.
It's not a belief.
It's not a belief, it's fact. You have a fact that you can pound your fist on and put in front of people, but instead you have a belief.
Fact in
You
the way
have
that
this thought.
you think of fact.
Because you believe it, you believe everyone else should believe it. I don't understand this concept. I'm
I
completely.
know. This is why
I
this
don't
is
get
why
it.
this is
This
we're not
is why
going to
we
get
should just
anywhere in this
say-
goddamn conversation because you
Yeah.
don't understand anything beyond your fucking 3D eyes. I am in a horrible fucking mood. I need to get off this fucking chat.
Wow.
Bye.
Oh wow.
Holy shit!
You weren't being
This
rude.
is and
Sasquatch.
this
You
is
were
what
not
I
being
mean when
rude.
people come up here and they don't agree, instead of just walking away and ending the conversation, they just continue to go in and go in and go in, and I don't understand it.
As I
don't
remember,
understand what
yeah,
people gain
I
from
sat
it.
here for 20 minutes, dead silent. I didn't unmute. I didn't say a word. I sat here for like 15 minutes and just let the whole thing go. And I think it was Harmon asked me a question, which is why I unmuted and rejoined
Right, I
the
did.
conversation. So I'm a little confused by the circumstances as they stand. I don't necessarily buy into the whole spiritual aspect of things, but I can accept that other people do. What I don't accept is people who buy into the spiritual aspect and yet have absolutely no language by which to explain what the fuck they mean. None. They've never had to, so they don't bother to do it. They don't develop the language skills to tell you what they're trying to say. They just say, oh, you can't see it. You don't understand because you're not spiritual. My mother
She
was
didn't
wicked.
say that. On her,
I
she
wanted
just said
to-
she felt in danger if she told us. So she said she felt that we'd be in danger.
You toss down the flag the very second somebody has an intelligent conversation with you because you don't want to have the conversation intelligently. You want people to agree with you. You want people to just step up, hear what you have to say, nod a whole bunch, and walk away. All I'm doing is asking questions, and everyone's getting angry, or at least you and her.
Well, I don't understand why you were aggressive. Why you were aggressive.
He
when you
wasn't.
saying
He
calling her
wasn't
silly
aggressive.
and saying- no, but he was when he called her silly. That was belittling
She
her.
was being silly. When I was trying to explain a circumstance, she cut me off to tell me that I was dealing with a scam. She assumed that I wasn't intelligent enough to hire the right people to do the right work in the right circumstances, or that I couldn't find a simple typo. I don't know why this was the case, but this was the case. She became angry, agitated, and it just built on itself.
I like that word. What's the word? Agitated?
Agitated. Yeah, it's like aggravated, but
I know. I love that play on words. That's cool.
Do you think that the energy of this panel changed after that conversation got started?
Do
And
you
after
think
it
that I
got going?
changed the energy? See,
I didn't ask
that's what I'm
that. I asked you, did the energy change when the conversation
No.
got, now, I didn't say who did it. I didn't say where it came from. Did the energy change when that conversation was being had? That's all I'm
I
asking.
didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. No, I don't think
Okay.
no one really got mad except for her. Sasquatch didn't get mad. I
Feel
didn't
it?
get mad.
No. Sash, did you feel
your
it?
chat.
No.
Yes,
Okay. Did you
definitely.
you felt it? Did you feel it, Flo? The
No,
energy.
I
change?
saw it in your chat. I saw people getting mad at me because
Okay.
I asked.
Okay.
the
You didn't
question.
feel it, Flo. Did you feel it? The energy
feel
change
it.
in here when that
It's
conversation
not a
was.
feel, it's an observation. I came
Yeah,
back. and
I
understood
observation.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. It's not a. I don't know why you're asking it that way.
Flo was gone most of it.
Because you could feel the negativity, and maybe y'all
No,
y'all are
you
observing
could
it. I could feel the negativity.
The negativity
I
from
can
who?
feel the negativity in here. I
From
can
where?
feel it, and I'm telling you.
From
I'm
who?
telling you.
You can tell me whatever you like, but you haven't.
But I'm
answered the
telling you, I
question.
can feel it, and if I can't explain to you what I'm feeling, like it's negative, and it all changed, and I don't understand why.
Maybe Cynthia, you should say it this way. I felt the negativity to me. It felt negative to me. Don't make it a blanket statement. That's how you felt. That's no
Right.
problem. You can argue that.
It is evident in the results. It's evident in the results
She-
that happened
Now
with
we're
Sarah,
talking about something that
She
everybody
got-
can observe.
and now it's evident in
She
results.
got mad at Sasquatch because Sasquatch said he talked to an IRS agent, and she said,
We
"No,
were
you
off of
didn't."
that. Okay.
But it carried on from that conversation, is what I'm saying. She she was already mad at Sasquatch because Sasquatch said, "No, I did talk to an agent."
I don't think she was mad from that. I think she was just trying to.
People have
I
such
still
great
don't-
imaginations.
I still
So
don't
see, she
get
says
that
it was her
clip.
negative energy. She says it was her. Like, I can't tell you where it comes. I can just tell you it's felt, and you don't understand that because you're not me, and you don't feel like I feel,
It's a
and I
really
can't
good
explain to
statement.
you.
Why do
I
you
can't
think you
explain
know
it
what I
to you.
understand and don't?
I can't explain it to you how I feel and how what I sense. I can't explain to you my senses.
Okay,
Like it's a
well,
feeling
you can't
sense.
possibly know what I understand and what I don't. I might be sitting here just playing you up for funsies. It
Well,
may
then
be just a linguistic
that's
conversation.
negative energy, and that would be negative energy. I would view that as negative. When I would feel horrible if somebody cussed at me and then got off panel.
This
Eh,
is
I would.
semantic. Right? Is this semantic?
It's what it comes down to. She basically the difference comes down to they believe what they perceive is fact, and I believe what I observe is observable. And that's the conversation breakdown. The linguistic breakdown is in the
Oh.
difference between perception.
So you're a flat earther.
It's nice. That was a good segue. I like that.
I get it.
Chuck, you want to pull on that line of credit?
Yeah.
God, I like you, Sash. You
15.
are funny. You gotta make that fit in there.
Beautiful, dude. I complimented you immediately. That was good.
So, come on, Flo, get us going. Get the flow going.
Talking about flat Earth is like talking about Mandela.
No, Cynthia
No.
clouded us up with negative energy.
Fucking little bitch crying about it. Fuck him. I had to throw that in there. I fucking hate that guy. Anyway.
I just find it interesting that when women tell stories, we're all laughing and having a good time, and when men start to tell stories, it becomes insulting and like it just becomes different. And
As I remember it, I do believe that I was conveying information and about experience that I had. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. It was still information, and she cut me off in the middle to tell me that I was talking to a scammer, probably because I'm a moron or something. I don't get it.
y'all were
Look at
calling
that
my
animal
little,
by your
you were
face.
calling my, they were calling my plant thing a pussy washer. I didn't get mad and start.
No, we didn't call it a pussy washer.
It's different. It's just different. It's
We
just,
call
it's
it
just,
douche-o-matic.
Bless it.
Awesome.
I would like to be perfectly clear
take it
about
away, guys. Y'all got the floor. Y'all got it, please.
I have nothing against Sarah.
Here,
I
everybody
don't-
have a good night.
all right, bud.
Peace.
I have nothing against Sarah. I have no negative feelings towards her. I don't know her well enough to have positive feelings towards her. I think that was maybe the second time we exchanged words ever. If I missed the first one, I'm sorry. I might have been drunk. I do drink sometimes.
I'm
my
47.
tongue doesn't get a little loose when I drink.
I'm 46 seconds away from winning my 3-team parlay. Aren't you guys excited about that?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, 3-team parlay, college basketball tournament week. I still love my sports.
Who
I
cares?
got my money on it. Well, I
It's
do
all
because
rigged.
it's $147. That's a lot to me.
$47 to be outside of a stadium.
Yeah, the what?
Andrew's not
Say that
impressed
again.
with your bullshit.
Well, come on, come on, Mr. Robot. I backed you on that great show.
Great show.
Yeah, Mr. Robot. Andrew liked that. Wasn't that you who said that, Andrew? I thought it was Andrew who said that.
Well, I was talking about.
No.
There was a question that regarded. What was it again?
99% certain that the suspect is black.
So you got ketamine in that pillow there, or what?
I'm sorry, what?
You got
Yeah,
ketamine
no,
in that
I was
pillow or
checking out
what?
this little animal beside you.
Whatever. I've found it since 2020. I use it for a pillow.
Does it have catnip in it?
It is
I'm
a
just teasing.
cat bug pillow. You got that one right.
Oh.
Well, that went
Yeah.
south
I don't know
fast.
if it actually
I know,
has
didn't it?
what it has.
Well, I know every time I've called the IRS or called Social Security, I've always been able to talk to a person.
Just praise God, man. Fucking.
That was beautiful,
Okay.
dude.
Praise God.
It's almost miraculous. I'll admit
I
it
was-
took us hours to get a person on an actual real person that could actually do something on the freaking phone. We were there for a while. It wasn't easy. I didn't mean to
Yep.
imply that it had no effort involved. I apologize if that's how it seemed.
I've always gotten through the IRS too, but it's the same thing. It's like you got to schedule aside, you got to set aside the afternoon and then just leave your phone on speaker and wait and wait and wait.
Well, they got a new thing now that you can leave your number and they will return the call when an operator is available or an agent's available. They'll call you back. A robocall type thing.
Is Jesse?
Where the fuck is Jesse?
Yeah, you'll never get Jesse back. I'm sorry.
So none of you guys are in this way. I just clicked on the headlines real quick. It says at least 3 dead after the tornadoes tear through the Midwest. Anyone near that stuff?
That was the smoking auditor just had half his freaking campground ripped apart.
Oh, they
He's
said-
in the Rumble chat. Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio got tore up pretty good.
Smoking auditor. I didn't know that you were just in that shit. That's why.
Yeah,
that's
no.
why.
That's why he was giving you the weather updates, dude.
He's doing weather updates. He goes in bed, safe and sound. I'm like, all right. Well, he is a nice guy. Maybe he's just giving us updates at his bedtime. I don't know.
So that's pretty bad. Those tornadoes. I mean, they're always bad, but this one seems like it was a little bigger group of them.
Well, there
That's
was
all.
a bunch of them. Kentucky was first, and then Indiana, then Ohio, and then Arkansas had some tornadoes, and they were all pretty bad.
Well, what's the closest you've ever been to one?
About 2 miles.
I
So
had
the-
a tree lifted up out from over the camper I was in at the time. The camper shook around, and when we came out, the tree was gone.
So how did the camper not move? I wonder.
It did. It moved about 3 feet, but the tree was hollow and it was kind of damaged up like, I don't know, 10, 12 feet up or so. It had this big, nasty burl knot and it was all rotten. And, so when the wind come along and it cracked, I'm more concerned about how it didn't land on the camper.
Right.
Yep.
But I thought.
I think-
So what's the closest anyone else came to a tornado? Anybody
Oh,
else?
I'll take that back. The day all of a sudden the TV, you couldn't hear the TV, and we kept turning it up and we still couldn't hear the TV. I looked out the window and there was a tree branch that was probably 8 foot long and 18 inches around, went flying past my picture window. Is when I threw everybody in the tub with a mattress over them. And no matter how loud you had the radio on, the phone on, it didn't matter. You couldn't hear it because of the noise. The wind noise is so horrendous. And then when it was over, we went out. Half the roof was gone. All the trees were gone. One of the trees went through from the back end of the camper all the way to the front of the camper. It was ugly.
Yeah, that'd be dangerous. How about you, Flo? You ever been something like that?
I've seen a tornado from a car. I don't think. No, I mean, no. I have to think because like my emotional memory doesn't work. So
Mhm.
like I know that I should be able to pull these memories, but like I forget things all the time. That it's like, oh yeah, duh. How could I forget that time that I was in a knife fight with a fucking pirate?
Uh-oh.
Just
When did
whatever.
When did we lose Cynthia?
Just-
literally just now. I was just on another tab, and then Harmony.
Sasquatch. I've never seen anyone piss off 2 women that fast.
Yes,
I'm
you
good,
have.
baby. I can disappoint 2 women, no problem.
That Sasquatch detonating the women.
I don't see what you did to piss on. You did when you called her the name one time because you retaliated with a name call, but that was about it. Then you backed off. You know,
The name call came up because,
your reaction. I understand.
Conversation typically involves an exchange of information, but she cut off the exchange of information in order to lay down the facts that she wanted everybody to hear, which was that it was a scammer or whatever. She's a professional and she has trouble dealing with the IRS. So
It is what it is.
I mean, it's what it is.
It's just 2 people getting in a fuss. They'll be fine tomorrow.
Yeah,
well, she said she wasn't in a good mood, so yeah, she knew to go.
Yeah,
She was
that's
just-
why he can piss off 2 women at once, but he also can turn on that schmooze voice and
melt them like butter.
There's a reason that he's banned from Waffle Houses across the South.
I thought it was
It's not
because he
because
ate
he
too
drinks
much.
all the syrup. If it catches
Yeah,
your-
well, they did catch me that one time with the bacon bucket.
Oh, so you guys, what's these Waffle Houses? You guys, they don't have anything out here like that. What is it?
You don't know what a
common?
Waffle House is?
You never had a
You're
Waffle
like,
Son?
fuck, what the
No.
fuck?
Never even
You
heard of
ain't
them.
living until you've been to a Waffle House.
At 2 a.m. on a Saturday night, dodging
Waffle
bullets.
House is like do you have
IHOP?
Denny's or IHOP?
IHOP.
Okay, think about IHOP, but then make it more white trash and greasier. It's a smaller little diner. It's way awesome. It's so like just like I said, Denny's is like Waffle House for people who can't fight. IHOP is also like Waffle House for people who can't fight. Waffle House is where shit goes down.
He's not wrong.
and they're
I know.
small.
It's just brought up every chat I've been in on you guys is you guys somebody has at least mentioned it once. And I go, what the hell is this Waffle House? I should have looked it up. That's you, huh?
Waffle House, in the event that there is a national tragedy or a national disaster, the federal government determines its disaster clause based off of the number of Waffle Houses still open in the area.
That's fucking true.
This guy knows what he's talking about. My grandma.
Waffle House is like the cockroach of restaurants. It will survive a nuclear blast. Everything will be shut off, and you'll still be able to walk in Waffle House and get a triple hash brown scattered all the way.
Triple hash brown scatter.
Scattered.
Andrew, do you know what a triple house?
All the
Do you know what that is,
the
Andrew?
chili, the onions, the mushrooms, the jalapenos, the cheese, all of it.
The gravy, yep.
Even Andrew knows.
I haven't leave off gravy. I haven't leave off the gravy. I don't
So-
want to mix gravy and chili. Nobody needs that.
Andrew, what's your
No,
favorite
no.
Waffle House?
I
What's
wouldn't
your
put
favorite?
gravy and chili either. I'm talking about on top of a waffle with sausage legs or a patty of sausage and some thing like he just had mushrooms and
Andrew, keep your hands where we can see them. Like, look, chunked. That's the chunked with the ham. The chunked is ham. You got ham, bacon, sausage, jalapenos, onions, mushrooms. I don't
Hold
do
on.
gravy.
If you'll say it
Chili.
slower, I can tell you what the words in Waffle House are because
Okay,
it's
let's do
smothered,
this.
covered, capped.
Okay. Let's do this. Hold on. Okay, chili.
Name
Chili.
Birded.
Gravy.
That's just gravy. Yeah.
Okay. Mushrooms,
Capped.
onions,
Covered. No, smothered.
tomatoes,
Smothered.
Diced.
fucking sausage.
That's add sausage. That's its
Bacon.
own meal.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
another. That's a meat item. That's an add meat.
Okay.
Add bacon.
Ham.
Chunked.
What are jalapenos?
I think it's spiced. I'm not
fucking-
positive about it. I don't eat jalapenos, so I don't know for sure.
I did.
I will
say-
look
did
though,
say
now that I
onions.
realize I don't know it.
Isn't there green peppers? Is there green peppers?
It's just jalapenos now. There used to be green peppers back in the day. There also, once upon a midnight dreary, any man on earth could walk into a Waffle House and say, "Boy, it's been a rough day," and they'd give you a free waffle.
What?
I'm dead serious. All right, you had to go. All right, if you go into a Waffle House, you'll see the high bar, which is right there next to the counter, next to the
cash register.
Checkout. Yeah. Then you have the number one seats, which are over next to where the bathrooms are, and then you have number two seating, which is off to the right over yonder on the opposite end of the place. That used to be smoking and non-smoking. Nowadays, it's just number one and number two. You had to go around to the low counter. Not the high counter. The low counter doesn't actually have a designation as a serving location unless the place is full. It's actually for the people who work at the Waffle House, right? That's where they keep all their crap. But if you were hungry and if you didn't have money, you could go over to the low counter, sit down. Now, this ended several years ago. I don't know when it ended. I didn't know. But you could go to the low counter and say, "Man, it has been a hell of a day," or "Man, it has been a rough day." And no one would say a word to you. They would just make you a waffle and set it down in front of you. You get a glass of water and a waffle.
I remember that.
I did not know that. See, I've been eating at Waffle House. I'm 37. I've been eating at Waffle Houses my whole life, and I never knew that until now. Probably because I've never been poor.
You know what's the chili? What's the chili called?
That's Bert's world famous chili.
Walt's famous chili.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not Bert's.
No,
actually, I have. But when I was poor, I didn't know about the Waffle House thing. I was busy buying a 5-pound bag of potatoes and microwaving those bitches and putting Taco Bell sauce packets on it.
Oh Lord! But ever since the pandemic, none of these places have what I call a full menu anymore. That's what's disappointing.
The restaurant I was at tonight did. Of course, it's not a chain.
It's Bert's chili, bro. I swear to God, I'm looking at it right now.
Is it Bert?
It's Bert.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Walt.
Bert.
Bro, I've always lived in the Waffle House. You're not going to win this one.
Out in this area, they after the 2020 pandemic, whatever, nothing stays open 24 hours out in our area anymore. How about your guys? Did it affect your area where they like
Dude,
just Walmart?
House closed. I gave up.
What was that?
I just quit.
Let's say it again. I didn't hear the first part.
When the Waffle House closed up here, I just gave up and quit. I went home and locked the doors, and then I went fishing. And I didn't talk to a soul.
Did they close the Waffle Houses? Did they actually close them?
This one, yeah, there was one in Dublin that refused to close, and after the whole plan thing went down, those folks got bought out by an absurd offer of money, and then they closed them.
Wow!
I also heard that if you go to the Waffle House and you go to the low counter and you say, "Man, I'm really tired," they'll hand you a bowl under the counter and you can take a hit off that bitch.
That might be true. I mean, I can't swear it's not. You've got the right caliber of folks in there to make that happen, Captain.
You guys ever eat at Steak and Shake?
Yeah.
Not if I can help it.
They don't have maybe a 10th of their original menu left. You can't get hardly anything anymore.
I went to a steak.
I can. The steak, the steak and shake here in Kansas City is fine.
Valley.
Say that again, Andrew, please. Andrew, say it again.
When I ate at a Steak and Shake when they opened in Victor Valley. They had a lot of good choices over there. Not as many as Outback Steakhouse. It's about maybe 10 or 15.
I don't think the Steak and Shake is in the same caliber as Outback Steakhouse, bud.
Well, Outback has a lot more and a variety.
I think we're agreeing.
Restaurant, you're going to Outback.
What's the steak place? What's the name of the steak place? Andrew likes the steak place. You can tell.
I mean, steak is good. People.
Oh, I love steak.
We had, but I'm saying, Chuck, the Steak and Shake here in Kansas City is fine.
It's got all the menu items.
Oh, really?
That made me curious.
Wow.
Andrew, what's your favorite cut of steak? If you had a choice, what would you eat?
Ribeye.
Ribeye, huh?
Milk steak.
No doubt, huh?
No.
You know why the sirloin is called the sirloin?
I know it's got to be a joke.
No. It's actually a legitimate tale. This is something that actually happened. So back in like the 14th century, the kings would have these huge meals that would last sometimes days at a time, right? And this one particular king, his name freaking escapes me at the moment. He did a 2-day banquet where they had like 36 courses or something. And on the like 10 a.m. the second day, the third course of the second day, someone brought him a loin cut cooked to such perfection. After taking a bite, the king used his knife to knight the loin cut, therefore making it to this day a sirloin.
Oh, right. That's
Don't believe me. Get it wrong on Jeopardy.
get it wrong on Jeopardy. Yeah, well, that's
okay.
All right, and you talk about people believing in voodoo and stuff.
Question 2: Is the legend of Colonel Sandwich real?
What? Wait. Wait. The Earl of Sandwich. The Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah. Is that real?
Yes. All right. So the Earl of Sandwich had run up so much poker debt, not poker, but gambling debt of various types, that he had been invited to a particular party only because he was an earl. He had nothing to offer the party. He had nothing to gain from being there. But after going there, because he's royalty, he's an earl, he was allowed to carry his knife. And after wandering around for a while and everyone seating for their meal, he had not brought anything. And so kind of traditionally, he wasn't going to have a setting made. He walks around, cuts a piece of bread from one loaf, stacks up a cut of meat from each one of the plates that was brought in, and created, by cutting the end of the loaf off the last loaf, the first sandwich. Now, I'm sure before this point, there had been meat between bread. I'm sure that had been done, but no one had ever said, this is a sandwich.
Well, and I heard that what I heard was that he asked for he was gambling, the gambling thing still, but he was at a poker tournament and he asked, he was brought his dinner, but then he asked for 2 pieces of bread so that he could hold the meat and eat his food without quitting the game.
The rules were, if you lay your cards down on the table, you have folded out of the game. That was the house rules he was in. He did not know that when he agreed to the game. Having not eaten in a while, he's like really hungry. And so the sandwich is invented so he could hold it and his cards and continue playing. But it continued. He did it multiple times. And from that day forward, he was renowned for walking around with a chunk of meat between bread.
Well, he was the Earl of Sandwich, and that was I went when I was in England for 5 years. I went in that area. I didn't know that story like you do. Of course, you can be right there and not know what's going on. But he was from the Earl of Sandwich. The town is Sandwich right there. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Well, back at Disney World, they got a shop called Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah, that's the city that he's from, or the place he was Earl of, or whatever. But that's the story I got when I was there. But your story is more correct. I mean, I didn't know about the poker. I didn't know nothing about that. You see where Sandwich is? It's east of England, below Cambridge. I mean, east of England, east of London, below Cambridge.
State, you've missed the most important barbecue place in history.
Fuck Arthur Bryant's.
No. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
What?
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. You think I'm making it up?
Yeah, I do. I don't think you're being serious.
I shall return.
Okay. That sounds like kind of unhygienic.
Oh, they all are. All the best barbecue places are unhygienic as fuck. Like Arthur Bryant. When he said you forgot the best one, I was like, fuck, Arthur Bryant's. Arthur Bryant's is known for the handprint in the sandwich, right? Because you go to the counter and it's, you know, tell them what you want and stuff.
and they put on the tray.
And then they push it down.
Big ass sign plaque right there. You cannot tip the cooks, right? And then it's a slice of white bread, and it's like 4 pounds of meat, and then it's a slice of white bread, and the cooks go and smack their hand right in the middle and put a big handprint in the middle of your sandwich, and that's what they're known for.
Never heard of it.
It's
well,
really
when
good.
you talked about that massage place with the foot, I could picture barbecue being fed to you by some beautiful blonde girl, and then Asians massaging your feet. That's how I pictured it.
Oh, barbecue and foot massage. Better come down here, get some of this shit. You like to eat. America loves to eat.
I didn't picture that. I never pictured that. I would have never pictured that. Well, you just ruined my imagination. I had beautiful girls in there and everything.
Oh, you don't get it, dude. You don't get it. Homie used to run the oh wait, he's got a few businesses he did. Give me a second. Let me go dig up another one. He's got a couple of good.
So funny. Wow.
Did he have an automobile, a car one, or like a junk? Excuse me.
It was a junk and storage location. It was a junkyard and storage location. Yeah. He'll come get your stuff and your neighbor's stuff and load it in this big building over here for next to nothing. But don't come looking for it because you.
I knew I recognized that dude.
Is he from Georgia?
I think he's from Indiana.
I
can't remember.
Emilio says that's a Chicago number.
Yeah, Chicago. Yeah. And he has those numbers. Those are his numbers. He set those numbers up before he made the videos. The man was viral before viral was a thing. He's a genius.
Oh, Victory Auto Wreckers. Is that him? Yeah, the dude's got good marketing for sure. And I remember when I saw his storage units thing, that's what, like, you guys probably don't know. Like, one of my sort of like bucket list sort of pipe dream businesses is to own some storage units, because it just seems like a cash cow business, and it's easy, right? Probably not. Everything's harder in real life than it seems like it would be.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But I do want to own some storage units someday, and this man is the inspiration.
Oh wow, dude! I actually have more respect for you for that, because he's the one that wanted me to get into that tipped me over the edge to wanting to get into like a promotive kind of concept with my channel.
You mean we both have the same heroes?
We might actually have the same fucking hero. That's so messed up.
And it's that fucking dude.
I love that.
I love that too, Andrew. I feel like our bromance just hit the next level.
Wait a second. Hold on. Have you ever seen his daycare?
No.
I think it's a daycare bordello. Hold on. Let me find it.
Bordello is a house for questionable accents.
And if you're still there, Sasquatch, we got a request for Victory commercial Victory. Victory Auto Wreckers? Yeah, Victory Auto Wreckers.
So what does bordello mean, Andrew? Andrew, what did it mean?
I'm sorry, what?
You said what did bordello mean? You were telling what it meant.
No. I know what a bordello is.
No, you said I didn't know what it meant. What you were saying it meant.
What a bordello is.
I was asking what it is.
What he was mentioning about idea and foot massage or whatever kind of reminded me of King of the Hill. Okay, so Strickland and his wife, and they own a place called Sugarfoots. That's what it kind of reminded me of.
Okay. What's this guy going to do?
Ready?
This is real, right? This is real. Yep.
This is Jones Cheap Ass Prepaid Legal and Daycare Academy.
Yet, I defer. I find you both guilty of helping people for the ridiculously low price of $99.99. In today's broke-ass society, things are hard, so you need things cheaper. So I came up with Jones, cheap-ass prepaid legal and daycare academy. You are not the president. You don't need to make that type of money. You might need my legal service. You're just raising one kid, because I'm going to sue you. At Jones, we don't assess the illegal fees after after the case is disposed of, we make it prepaid. Prepaid meaning you need to pay before, just in case I need to invest the money in something else where you may need my services. And I'm going to spend it wisely, fighting for you. And if we can't get you out of child support, we'll provide you with our top-notch molester-free daycare services. We let them do whatever they want to do, so that when you get them home, they go straight to labor. Which one of y'all, you little Santa Claus ain't coming to none of y'all? There's some books around here somewhere. Jones do a good job of watching both my grandbaby. Jones got for me auto insurance. Jones got me this check. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how can he provide us with such cheap legal services? Well, here's a story about Toby and his baby mama. Hey, Toby, I need my money. I don't have no more money. That's because y'all keep messing up. Y'all keep doing crime. Because I gave it all to you to raise that one little baby you got. And I work from volume. So y'all continue to rob people and take stuff. It ain't your business what I do with the money. So please, go down to Jones. She has prepaid legal and daycare.
As you can see, there's a reason this man is my hero.
He is amazing.
How the fuck is it possible that we're both inspired by the same absurd dude?
We're about the same age, and I'm cooler than you. I don't know what to tell you.
What? I bet you get equal coolness points.
But no, seriously, the story. What was it? Victory? What? Hold on, let me get
Victory, Auto Wreckers or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Victory Auto Wreckers by Mama Suli.
Sounds like we both got took by the same scam. Sir, you have to have money to be scammed. The IRS ain't coming after me. Neither are scammers.
Well, apparently Sasquatch are scammed on both ends.
Wait a second. Hey,
You got something on
you don't
both
tell
ends.
people about my OnlyFans, and I won't tell them about the splinters in your mouth. All right. Victory is not one of his.
It's not. Where's the
It does
storage
not appear to
unit
be one
one?
of his. The other one, the one that he. All right, I'll get it.
Why leave anything on you?
Sorry, it's Jones' big ass truck and rental storage. You can understand why we would be inspired by this individual, right?
This dude's a business fucking genius.
No, this man never made a single company, not one.
This man, we're watching 3 companies tonight, and most of them are double companies. They're all double companies. He got 6 companies. How many companies do you have, Chuck?
0.
Hi, my name's Larry. This is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Let us have it.
You want to have it?
Why leave anything on your front lawn, under your porch, on the side of the highway where you can store all that stuff my way down here at Jones Big Ass Truck Rental and Car Storage? Now, I know y'all got stuff at your house that you don't need no more, you don't want. You know you ain't gonna use that printer. Why keep it all around your house? Bring it down here to my house. You ain't the Dukes of Hazzard. You ain't gonna use that ugly yellow luggage. You don't need all this crap. What you gonna do with this? This is not what it. In my yard, I don't care. I'll store this motorcycle in that van for you for $10.99 a month. You got old tires. They charge you $3 for that old tire. You can rent a truck. You can store a car. They don't care. Bring it on down here. You ain't got to put that old tire for $3. For less than that. Hell, for you, for $3 they gonna charge you. I'll do it down here for $1.50 down here at Jones Big Ass Truck Rental and Storage Facility. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how in the hell can he store this stuff for such a cheap price? This in a box, mark it for you, put it away, seal it. The fact of the matter is, I'm pretty drunk right now and store it. and this is a drunk discount sale down here at Jones Big Ass Truck Rental and Car Facility. You got an elephant, I got space. Send me smoke signals. You got weed, and I'll store anything you want. Go ahead and give me a call or find me on them internets at www.jonesbigasstruckrentalandstorage.com. That's JONES storage.com. This is a bus. You know how big a bus is?
That's the man that made us who you see before you today. Ah, fucking A.
He's not lying. Damn, I did not know that. That is so weird. Dude, the consummate capitalist. I don't know what to tell you.
A proud boy looking up to a man like that.
What? Of course. Man, if I were still
Why do you
proud
think
boy,
you
that
had
man
a
would be an
problem with a
honorary
strong
member.
black man? Sorry.
Actually, our chapter president was black.
Shh, not supposed to tell people that.
Oh, yeah. All right. Seems like a very good place to call it a night. I need to get some sleep. You guys, thanks for coming. Any final thoughts from the panelists?
I try not to think too much.
Catch y'all again on the flip side.
All right. None of us ever think up here. Thank you, chat. If you're watching in Rumble, thanks again. This is only my second Rumble stream, so follow. There'll be more. If you're watching on YouTube, check out the Rumble. If you're watching on Rumble, check out my YouTube. It's at Flow State. Thanks for coming up. If you're on YouTube and you decide to look for me on Rumble, it's not at Flow State. It's at Flow State 11. Somebody else got, and the one that's not me has the Flow State on Rumble has like my imagery and stuff. So somebody out there, probably Paul, the little cow, wants to be me. Can never be me.
There's a third one too that's got one subscriber. There's no
a third one
picture though.
State 11111111111.
Sources are telling me live on the streets that there's a third Flow State. The only Flow State Rumble account is Flow State 11.
The link's right there. It's literally right there. One click away.